Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 365. That is right. If you start at episode 1 and watch one episode a day, it will take you a whole goddamn year to catch up to this point.
Disgusting.
We've been doing this too long.
Way too long.
All right. How's things up in Michigan in terms of the weather? We're not really getting hit at all. I know New York.
We got hit a little bit. Maybe like 3 to 5 inches hit.
And it's that slushy snow.
Because it's also kind of warm because some of the stuff is already melting.
Yeah.
So it's just going back and forth between freezing and warming up enough to melt. It's awful. Car crashes out the wazoo. It's terrible.
Yeah, we didn't
Beyond that, it's not like the Northeast where they're getting ravaged.
Like 15 to 20 inches from what I saw from New York City. And we're getting like maybe one. None of the roads are covered right now. Again, it's too warm for the roads to actually like keep stuff on, especially with the warm spell we had at the beginning of this week. Holy shit, was that nice. I don't know. It got to 60 here.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
same.
I'm like, we're back, baby.
And then it went away. All right. Hi,
yeah,
meme.
we're 30s in snow for the rest of the week.
Off and on.
Yeah.
All right. So, honestly, a light week in terms of like new stuff. There's like one big thing and then the spattering of small things. But before that, of course, our weekly reminder. Black Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. Get your vaccines and boosters. Wear your masks in crowded indoor places if you are sick. Support Ukraine. Support LGBTQ rights. Support body autonomy. Pay your employees what they are worth. Fuck generative AI. Fuck bullies. Fuck ICE. And please be good to one another.
Boy, with Gen AI, they're like, hey, yo, cut this out. Because of C-Dance 2.0 or whatever, where mubs are just full on doing copyrighted stuff. They're like, cut this off.
I've seen people on Gemini and on ChatGPT just going, I can't generate a Spider-Man because Disney is cracking down on that.
They went enough.
Do you see very recently IBM is like, oh crap, hey, I guess this AI stuff can't replace our workers, and is trying to rehire. Like, I think they tripled their hire rate over the last year because they're trying to get all the positions back that they let go.
I could see a lot of that happening, even if it's not 100%, like 70, 75% coming back.
That's crazy. Because whenever I interview for a new position, I always ask, why is this position open? And they don't be like, well, we fired everybody and then tried to replace them with AI and it didn't work and we need the people back. So it's like, okay, so that makes it sound like once AI is good enough, you will just convince this again and
it'll work this time.
Yeah.
You thought something that might happen 15, 20 years from now could happen next year. So if I'm here 6 years from now and you're doing wave 1,
But yeah.
I'm just tired of going through music, videos, all this stuff, and just going, I can't trust that this isn't AI.
It's there are bands on YouTube that are just like Michael Jackson's song, but it's jazz, not AI.
You have to, because
in the title they're saying that.
It gets to a point where anything new you discover could legitimately just not be actually made by a person. It's just AI nonsense, and it gets so frustrating. So, in an effort to listen to more music this year, I went through YouTube Music. I went through all the albums releasing, and I'll do a January 2026 playlist where I just go, I'm adding any new album I see on Wikipedia to this Jan 2026 that came out in January this year. And then I'll listen to the band and I'll hear about 2 songs and then I'll go, when was this band formed? Just to make sure, like, hey, this is an actual band you're listening to.
Yeah. And just
have to.
And art, just basically like everything that you look at, you're like, oh, that's not.
Oh man, you got 6 fingers.
Yeah, any art that an artist create that feels a little too good, you gotta go, what is this?
And then there's the artists that do the art in AI and then just sort of redraw it to get
trace
the AI,
over it.
Yeah, to get the AI parts out of it. And it's some dark dank out there.
And it wouldn't be if either legislation or people were forced to either watermark or do like the hashtag ad things where they go hashtag made with AI. Because then at least people wouldn't be scrolling through thing and you see like
Avengers trailer.
Or even they went to Mexico and came back with this and it's just like a black hole in their arm. And it's like, no, it's AI. Yeah, and that's another thing, man. Because of AI, when someone makes a thing, they go, ugh, AI. And then the person has to go, I did not make this with AI. Yeah. Here's my process. And they'll have to show their entire process of making something in Blender just to prove to the people that are in their comment section that they didn't make it with AI.
Yeah.
It causes doubt for both the art and the artist. And it's really bad to do that.
And good luck seeing any form of regulation in the next at least 3.5 years.
At least 3.5 years.
The best that you got is just Disney going, nah. Straight up, nah.
You need Disney, you need Warner Brothers, you need a bunch of anime studios have already said, we do not want this. So I would assume they're trying to figure out the best way to combat this, to go after these places, to cause them to cease and desist. I think the only way it's really going to stop is the rights holders going, we do not want our copyrighted materials used for this.
All right. So, I guess, because basically all of my news is game related, sans like one thing, which is the Olympics are happening, Winter Olympics, which is just very conflicting feelings of like, you want to root for the athletes, but it's just like, I don't feel all that patriotic at all right now.
Yeah, many athletes after winning are just like, yo, I am not for what's going on in America right now. I may wear these colors, but it's over there.
And to that point, America doing pretty good. Actually, let me pull up the full medal list, but just today, the men's U.S. hockey team won their first gold medal for the first time since the literal Miracle on Ice in the 1980s, in an overtime victory.
Yeah, that's a in Canada medal.
Yeah. Did you guys have you guys seen the whole curling controversy? Yes. And I just saw a meme yesterday where like it showed like all the different figure skaters going on and some of them like missing like, you know, some of their spins and what have you. It's like, oh, we slowed down the footage and we found the culprit, and it's just the Canadian curler going and going boop. Like someone just like photoshopping them poking their skates.
Unbelievable. So for the people that don't know, curling, once you know, the person gets pushed and all of that, or they're gliding. Once they let go of it, they're not allowed to touch it again. So they're supposed to do this, let it glide over. But one of the skaters would push it and then dap it with their finger. So, did it multiple times. So they super slowed it down, showed it in the angles between their partner's legs, and like, yeah, they did touch this. And this guy the team they were going against was like, some people be touching the curl after the fact. He was like, who be doing that? I'm just saying. So they got into a big fight. Like, I ain't do that. I'm not cheating. Y'all just sore losers. But he was cheating.
Yep. So basically, like, what they would do, let's see, trying to get a good visual representation, is so it's like they would hold it and then they just like are supposed to just let go. But the guy was like holding it on the side and then he'd let go and then he would just do that just to give it a little bit more oomph at the end after he let go, which is a no-no. And yeah, it was just and then they got mad or just like, why are they filming us?
It's the Olympics. What do you mean?
So, in terms of medals, right now Norway is leading the pack with 41. United States is in second with 33, which is 12 golds, 12 silvers, 9 bronzes. I don't know the exact things. At the very least, I know we have a couple figure skating. We got men's hockey. I know women's hockey did good, but I'm not remembering how far they made it. But
they were killing it too. I saw some one of the players was doing some like NHL street. I went, oh my god, what are you doing? She was like dapping up the puck and then slashing it to her team. It was incredible.
I know one of the cool things that I saw, I think it was a Japanese skier where it was like some kind of race that had like a bunch of different ramps and then like bumps, so you have to like really like control yourself and then weave in between flags, where the Japanese skier kind of like overcorrected on like a backflip or a front flip or something, and the other skier, who I think was American, went out of bounds, so he was just like disqualified, but the Japanese skier landed backwards and crossed over the finish line skiing backwards. It's like, that's pretty sick. But those are still going on, obviously, if you want to watch. I know everyone, like a bunch of the Olympic coordinators were like, please try not to boo any of the world leaders during, the initial parade. JD Vance!
And they started taking that down everywhere on social media.
But, yeah, Olympics are happening. And then, I guess 2 things in terms of movies, but are gaming related. Amy Rose has had her voice cast in the Sonic the Hedgehog 4 movie, and it's going to be Kristen Bell. It's fine.
Yeah, I heard some of her work on Teen Titans. It sounded good.
So we have that.
I just don't understand the reasoning of getting Colleen for Tails, but then nobody else from the Sonic franchise.
It was more than likely they found no one close, good enough for Tails.
Yeah. Because you figure, too, the only way to, like, get... If it's not a Hollywood name that can match that tenor of voice, it has to be a kid. And you only got a few years of that voice maintaining.
I forget who it was recently that was a kid actor, and they, like, shot up and their voice was... Yep, that's who it was. Yeah, and it's like, it's been like 2 or 3 years and you're cooked.
Coming out there looking like me.
And then there are some rumors going around for the Mario movie, Mario Galaxy, of a potential third-party include, or not third-party, sorry, another Nintendo franchise included. Has anyone here seen that news or cares about spoilers?
I don't care about spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you do care, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Star Fox might be in the movie.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
obviously Galaxy themed. In the most recent trailer that came out, they have like a back shot that like is like approaching like Mario and stuff from the back, and then there's someone on the far left-hand side that's like just off the screen, and it kind of looks like Star Fox's outfit, Fox McCloud's outfit. There's like slight differences. It looks like he might have like a blaster or something on his hip. Could be, could not be. If there's a franchise of Nintendo's that needs a little shine, that's one of the two. The other is Captain Falcon. But
yeah, this is all leading up to Smash Bros. In 8 years.
But and that's another game that Miyamoto did create, so that also makes sense. I don't think he created F-Zero. I don't think, but
hey, until I hear Daisy, I don't give a about none of that.
Cowards.
I don't give a about none of that.
Cowards.
They can add every single Nintendo character I've ever liked in existence into the next 3 movies, and if Daisy is not there, it automatically loses 2 points.
What are you looking at?
Yep. Just looking at the Star Fox thing.
Okay.
Potentially.
Yeah. So it could be like Bowser Jr. or something. It's very hard to tell, but it kind of looks like it.
Or just even an alien on whatever planet they're on, or
exactly.
whatever.
All right. In terms of gaming news stuff, it's a shame Ralph's not here to talk about this, but
you should have had him. You should have been like, Ralph, you want to come on?
Yeah.
For this one.
Someone was just creaming his pants at the announcement of a new Dot Hack game is being made, fully published and created by CyberConnect. Bandai Namco has
so happy for
nothing
him.
to do for this
so
game.
happy he got what he wanted. So great.
And Versus and Alex. That's how they all met.
Yeah, so happy for them. Glad that their game that looked dead has come back.
We did get a generational JRPG just now, like within the last year or so. There's that.
Yep.
So that's happening. Itself, like, there wasn't really any gameplay or stuff shown, mostly just CG cutscenes. Looks nice in terms of the CG cutscenes, but we'll see where that goes from there. Zelda turned 40. Yesterday, I believe, was the 40th anniversary. Just makes you feel a little older. That was also with the whole AI art thing. That was like one of the things where it's like every single like 40th anniversary piece, I'm just like, okay, I think you're good. I think you're good. Just like having to think that sucked.
I think it was the Song of Fire and Ice had their anniversary, like their 20th or 30th year, and they did a bunch of art book stuff for big moments in the franchise, and people were pouring over it like, yo, I think this is AI, y'all.
So just to put in perspective too, where it's just like, oh yeah, these games aren't that old. And then you actually like go back and look. Breath of the Wild is almost 9 years old, which is just like, to me, it's shocking. It's almost been a decade since that game came out. Hold on, where's?
Nah, that's
obviously
that's
Legend of Zelda is 40 years old. What?
He just looking at the art of the 20th anniversary of A Song of Fire and Ice. And he just went, nah, that's AI.
Where is all these?
I can't link it into the channel because there is some very suggestive images.
Song of Ice and Fire? No, there wouldn't be. I know like Skyward Sword's like getting close to like 20 years. Twilight Princess is over 20 years. Like Ocarina of Time, I think is.
MK had their 30th anniversary, I think.
2007, 17. Ocarina of Time is getting close to 30 years. Like, it's crazy just how fast time goes, but Zelda's 40.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's some kind of nice announcement this year at some point. Probably not, but
nah.
I'll take the orchestra again, just to have the tour the orchestra again. I want to go see the orchestra again. That was nice. Those that do not want to be spoiled, beware social media. Resident Evil 9, the entire game's plot has leaked, ending the whole shebang.
Goodness.
So,
people got the game early, so plan it.
So yeah, be careful as you are surfing around on the internet.
And it sucks because we're like 5 days away.
Yeah, oh boy,
But
can't wait.
that's what just happened with Poppy's Playtime, where the big bad since the second chapter, like 2 days before release, was just like, here it is.
Oh yeah, the motto of it, yeah. This was not a good chapter.
From what I hear.
It's sorry. It's because they keep too many of these indie horror games don't really do narratives. They do lore. So you've got to collect
Lord
things.
reveals.
Yeah, you got to collect things within the game to get the basic story that's going on. And as opposed to like getting the supplementary information from those things and then getting the basic story. Because with Silent Hill, Silent Hills, you get the basic story, but if you collect some things, you'll get, the reason for this is this and this, but you can still get the reasons for those things. It just further informs it. You don't get the reasons for these things. You don't get who these characters are. You don't get their development unless you collect these in tapes. And it's like, it's not a good look.
Yeah. We got in preparation for this Friday? Is this Friday? The Pokemon Day stream, which is that the 30th anniversary of Pokemon? I think that's the 30th anniversary.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yep, 30th anniversary. We're old. They're having their presentation on all the different Pokemon stuff that's coming out. Pokemon Champions is either probably going to be like a release date within the next month or coming out, I would assume, that day. Because that's what competitive Pokemon's going to play for the World Championship. So I assume it needs to come out pretty soon. But they are one of the things that they announced this week is they're re-releasing Fire Red and Leaf Green on the Switch 2 digital stuff. So if you want to play the remix,
that price is controversial.
I didn't see what the price was.
$20
for, is it both?
Each.
Each. Oof.
I mean, Nintendo is a little. It's a fresh upstart company. They need the funds to keep the lights on.
One of the funniest things somebody said was, "I grew up with these games. I've got a job now. $20 don't matter to me." But no, $20 is pretty gross.
Yeah, especially you would figure they'd be in the GBA thing, the classics thing. These are the standalone games. I don't even think Pokemon Home integration makes that fine, because you have to pay for Pokemon Home anyways.
I think they would have been fine as $8 purchases and $15 for both.
Yeah, a 10 to me seems fine. But
and maybe $17.99 for a bundle of both.
Throw in yellow as well. That's the 20. That gets you to the 20.
It's something, but this is 20 eaches. Woof.
Yeah. So yeah, that's happening. And before the fun game announcement thing, Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, basically all of our lives for the most part, is retiring.
Retiring.
Yeah, just passing off the reins to somebody else. People thought it was going to be his kind of protege, long-term second in command, Sarah Bond. It's not. It is Asha Sharma.
She also left.
Yeah, that's a thing. It's going to Asha Sharma, who is the head of one of Microsoft's AI divisions. So that's in and of itself something. But how the news came about was a little suspicious. Because Phil Spencer gave his announcement of I'm retiring, yeah, this, yeah, that, yeah, that. The CEO of Microsoft itself and a couple other bigwigs gave their like fond farewells to Phil Spencer. But Phil Spencer was the only one that at the end of his like long presser said that Sarah Bond would be leaving Xbox as well. No mention from anybody else, only Phil. And then a couple days later, she puts out a post saying that I felt it was time to leave. Basically, you know, not burning bridges, PR speak, yada yada, where I'm just like, I don't know.
It feels a lot like you are fired, but we will allow you to step down graciously because you've been here for so long and you've done so much for us. Feels like that for both Phil and Sarah.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it might be that Sarah thought she would get the spot, and when she didn't, she would screw this and inform Phil like, "Yo, I'm out too if I'm not getting this." And then she got the big, "Hey, I'm stepping down because But either way, this is not a good look.
Yeah.
Because Xbox is in a really tumultuous place right now, and they've been that way for quite a few years, and we have no idea what's happening next for them. There was even a rumor recently that Modern Warfare 4 is supposed to be the next Call of Duty, and it was supposed to coincide with the release of the next Xbox, which would have been this year. But it had to get pushed back because of the RAM and the GPU prices and all that.
And
it kind of and it kind of really hurt the marketing that was planned for the next Call of Duty. So they're kind of figuring things out there. So you got your next Xbox, which we don't know what's happening with it. They keep saying it's 2027, but who knows at this point, especially with Sony talking about, hey, the next PlayStation may not even be out until 2028, 2029, maybe even 2030, because of these RAM
as well.
Switch is gonna get another price hike. Steam console, whatever they were doing, whatever their price was, it may have gone up an extra $200, $300 by now. So yeah, there's just no real direction for Xbox. Game Pass isn't growing at the speed they wanted. May even be falling in subscribers. Who knows? Their outputs aren't coming out as frequently. It's just not great for the head while they're trying to figure things out. The next step to just go, I'm out. So we'll see. Yeah, and the person that is the new head of Xbox was a top person in their AI sector. So people are also like, this is doubly not great because who knows how much AI crap they're just kind of force into it. Because even the last Call of Duty had a ton of AI art all over their stuff. So are they just gonna force it in everywhere? Are they gonna start doing AI textures and generations and just get this rolling to quicken the pace at the cost of the art? Who knows? Sucks though.
Yep. Just when it's especially just considering as we were growing up, they were king. That whole 360 era, which was a pretty long console era, and considering like I think that started with PS.
No, Xbox came out first in 2005. PS3 came out the next year in 2006.
When did the Wii?
Because Xbox,
if you count the Wii as a competitor, but that was the same generation.
Yeah. The Xbox Wii 60 was the big thing, or PS Wii 60. That's what it was. But yeah, with that generation, they innovated quite a bit, including the online infrastructure, because Sony did have online, but it was nowhere near as robust online as Xbox and Xbox Live. So they really pushed a lot of things that are standardized now forward with the Xbox 360. And then the Xbox One, and Phil has talked about it before. They lost the most important generation because so many things were moving digital at that time. And if your digital game library, Muvs do not want to move off of, I bought 70, 80, 90 games, 100 games this generation that just go away. I have to rebuy my Resident Evil 6. I have to rebuy my fighting game. I have to rebuy my platformers. And I have to start over in terms of achievements, trophies, which does mean a lot to some people. And a lot of people just did not want to do that. So they lost the most important generation in his eyes. And they've never really recovered. And there were avenues to recovery, but they didn't want to take the time for those avenues. They tried to force compete, and not even force compete, force parity. Because so many people keep talking about competition in the terms of it's both and on roughly the same playing field, and that's not what competition is. Competition is anybody. A chicken joint down the street is competing with KFC. Even if they get one sale to every 10 KFC sales, they are still competing with KFC in the chicken joint space. So Xbox was competing, and they're still competing, but what Xbox wanted was parity and or overtaking PlayStation. So that rapid growth, that rapid trying to force Game Pass and streaming and the cloud and acquisition just kind of hurt everything.
Honestly, just looking at Meme's comment where he's like, I wonder what it would be like if Nintendo failed and Sega was the one that survived. It's, I guess, in terms of major console players, I'll call it, we have not seen any go away since Sega.
Yep.
There's obviously, the 18,000 mobile PCs that people have, Google Stadia,
or
and
the
what have you.
what was that? The On something? That first streaming console. It was like On something. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, I mean, Google had Stadia. Ouya?
Ouya? Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah,
O-U-Y-A.
Yeah, the Ouya or whatever it was. Yep.
But
that was like the big streaming console. Like you don't need games. You just buy your games for streaming and then it streams to your console. But yeah, that's just another one of these, like, we tried something, we're out.
Yeah. But basically since, oh God, original Xbox, when did you come out?
I think it was like a year after the PlayStation, or a year or two after the PlayStation. The PlayStation 2. And because of that,
2001.
They wanted to get out the door before PlayStation this time. And that's why they released the 360 in 05 while the PlayStation 3 came out in 06. Which really helped because, people wanted that next generation of consoles. And if you got a year head start and your power is going to be roughly the same, why wouldn't people go flock to you?
So it's been, 25 years basically of Xbox. And now I want to see, was the Genesis Sega's first console?
Mega System, maybe? Or Master System, one of those.
Let's see, Sega Master System.
Yeah, I figured the Master System. I might be confusing with the Mega Drive, but
predecessor, the SG-1000. What the hell is that?
it's basically the prototype to it.
First entry in the home video game hardware business. So this was technically their first console, which was in 1983. And then let's just click through successors for a little while. Successor, where the Genesis, Saturn.
Yeah, the Genesis was the Mega Drive, so there were a console or two before it.
And then the Dreamcast came out in 98. What was that?
Wow, it was competing with the PS1 and the... Okay.
83 to 98. I can't do math right now. That is 17 years? No.
15.
15. So this has definitely been a longer stretch for since Sega. 15 years to 25 years. But yeah, the Dreamcast was they were trying to get the jump start on the PS2 era.
Yeah.
And I think the problem was because they were so early, they had to make it so much more expensive than what the PS2 and GameCube and original Xbox ended up being.
And I think they were a little too ambitious with some of their stuff.
Mm-hmm. But
not to mention, it was super easy to pirate games with it.
That was probably the other thing too.
I mean, you think that, but the same thing happened with the PSP, and part of the issue was that the adoption rate was really bad, but they sold a lot of consoles, and I can't say the same for the Dreamcast.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see how much longer Xbox goes, especially with them like cross-platforming everything.
Yeah.
Like Master Chief's about to be on PlayStation, which is
nuts. I think the next Gears of War is supposed to be day one with PlayStation, and if that's the case,
yeah,
that's nuts to me.
Like, what other guys? What's gonna save Xbox? Blink's the Time Sweeper 2. I'm calling it.
Three.
There was
sir.
a second one.
Yeah, Blinks 2. Well, yeah, what are you talking about, sir?
I never played.
You thought there wasn't a Blinks 2, sir? Please.
Oh, would you look at that? 2004.
Oh, you thought?
Oh man. Wonder why they It actually is kind of well rated. It's above average.
Yeah.
I guess it's probably right around that point. It's like they got Rare, so it's like, hey, Banjo, which they then made Nuts and Bolts. Yeah, just a lot of stuff like, God, they got Rare, and then they tried Nuts and Bolts, and that obviously went under. And then Rare did Viva Pinata and Sea of Thieves, and that's about it.
Legendary run.
I think I don't know if it was them that did Perfect Dark, the sequel.
The canceled one?
No, not the.
Oh, there was Dark one on original Xbox, wasn't there?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
And I don't know if they developed that, but yeah, that was also one of them. I want to say Rogue Agent or Double Agent or Zero.
Perfect Dark 2000. No, that's too early. That's too early. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it definitely had that. It had a sequel.
What is it called?
It was
Perfect Dark Xbox 360. Okay. 2010. That's Rare. You are correct.
No, it's Perfect Dark Zero.
There's one that came on the 360 though that was done by Rare.
Yep. Yeah, Perfect Dark Zero. 2005.
I'm looking at the 2000.
Oh yeah, no. That's a re-release.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, that's digital bush. Same way they did that GoldenEye 007 on the 360. You're looking for Perfect Dark Zero in 2005.
Okay. I gotcha. Oh yeah.
Why did I notice?
Dude, let's say like right now on stream, I'm doing a randomizer, just Ocarina of Time randomizer, because I knew I could get it done quickly before RE9 comes out, and just like me remembering the exact location of all these grottos, where all these item checks are in Ocarina of Time, just knowing this game like the back of my hand, I'm like, I could have like immense stock knowledge or like something else in my brain here. No.
Yes. It's this nonsense.
I have an encyclopedic knowledge of the Ocarina of Time. That's where my brain power is gone. All right. Last thing I got is the state of play that happened last week. Honestly, one of the best direct presentation ceremonies, anythings that we have seen
front to back
in a long time. Like, this kicked the Game Awards ass.
Yeah.
Like, so much. I'm just going to start at the bottom of this list. It's not in the same order that everything, and I'll probably skip, like, some of the bigger announcements. At least the stuff that they saved to the end. Yako Shinobi Ops, which was like a top-down isometric, like, ninja stealth game. Where each of you play different people, have to do different things. There's like normal people to fight, and then there's like demonic beings that you have to go across. Looked very interesting, looked really cool. Could be some fun co-op stuff for stream or something at some point. They showed off more for Star Wars Galactic Racer. Looks real good. Honestly, just
looks real good.
They got pod racers. They got swoop bikes. They got speeders. They basically like everything that has had any form of racing in any form of Star Wars. They just kind of threw in here, which I like. We have a first-person new Silent Hill game, Silent Hill Townfall, coming out.
Woke.
Why? Because he's black?
Yes.
Oh
sir.
yeah, I know that. I saw that.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, people were like, oh, of course.
Yes, woke, sir. What do you mean? Of course, because he's black, sir. What do you mean?
Only white people can be in foggy towns.
White and Japanese people. Anything else is woke.
Oh my god.
Huh?
The game looked good.
Mike was just like, what? What's woke about it?
What? Because he's
so
black?
innocent, just like, what's going on?
Because the main character is black? That's not woke. Yes, it is. What do you mean?
I hate it. They had some new gameplay stuff for Saros, which is the people who made Returnal.
Yep.
Gameplay looks real good. They go into special detail. Looks good. They had a major segment that was like a bunch of different Konami games. I believe the Yako, it wasn't them. One of the games that they announced was Rev Noir, which looks a lot like the Tales of series, so sign me up. Action RPG, anime, looks good. I like it. Anime as fuck story premise too. Yay. Another trailer for RE9. We know it looks good. Rayman is having his 30th anniversary. So many 30th anniversaries this year. They have like a full anniversary pack with a bunch of different games and stuff. With multiple versions of the original, take on 120 additional levels pulled from bonus level packs. I think they also had like some like, was this the one? Yeah, it had a playable prototype of like a playable version of the prototype of Rayman from way back, 30 plus years ago. Mm-hmm. Project Windless, you play as a chicken man.
What more do you need?
That was throwing me off the entire time. Gameplay looked great, but I just kept going back to chicken man.
What's the problem?
For certain parts of the internet, nothing. Nothing at all. Oh boy. It's inspired by the Korean novel series The Bird That Drinks Tears, made by a Korean video game company. Again, gameplay looks pretty good. Another trailer for Pragmata. as there have been several of.
Boy, the pragmata stuff that's going on has been nuts.
What's been happening? I haven't seen.
It's a little girl, sir.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
With her feet out, sir.
Mm.
That's gonna.
An entire subreddit was banned. Mods were kicked from the other subreddit because they were too into the things that would lead to that. They had to police all language.
All of it.
Ban some emojis.
That's all the languages.
There was a mod that stepped down that created Pragmata Safe for Work SFW, a subreddit, because
Winky face.
No, because he was tired of anybody talking about anything that wasn't the game. He said, "I'm done with that. We are here to talk about the game here."
Yeah, I can't wait for gamers to enjoy our sci-fi game. I really can't wait. Oh.
Feet!
Stuff from
Just so
PlayStation.
out and about, just loud and proud with it.
Yeah, no. That's what it is. They had to ban muffs.
Yeah.
Muffs were getting mass downvoted for going, "You pedos." They went, "No, sir."
I mean, hey, that gives you clear targets for banning, though. Everyone who minus this post.
Legit.
There is a prologue to the game Neva or Neva. I've never seen the game, but I know there's a bunch of like very artistic indie games that have come out for PlayStation, so there's that. We had another view of Mina the Hollower, which is the follow-up game from the creators of Shovel Knight. Games. I don't think they showed a release date. Might be this year, but there was a playable demo that was like the day after of the game. Back to Konami. Metal Gear Solid 4 is free! It's free! No longer shackled to the PlayStation 3. They announced the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection 2, which includes Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots, and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, which was PSP and then ported to PS3, I think, later.
Yes. Had an online component. Or, no, Metal Gear Solid 4 had an online multiplayer that they're not including, but the Peace Walker still gets its online co-op.
Gotcha. Which, I never really played the online for 4, so I'm not...
I'm just tired of the companies dropping the multiplayer, because some of it, I was real sad about Last of Us, because I love the Last of Us multiplayer. Legitimately, my favorite non-fighting game multiplayer of all time. And it was dropped in the remakes, to collect everything.
Don't want to pay for them servers.
Okay, they don't want to recode something or port it over that wasn't that popular to begin with. But they were selling microtransactions like crazy for it, and they were doing really well. Just give me
my... that might be something... That's in August? Okay. That might be something I try and go back and play. Which, it would take me 18 years to play MGS4 again. But,
would you try to play the other ones on the lead up to it?
Did I play... I mean, I've played the previous ones. I still haven't played 3. That's the only one that I haven't played yet. But maybe. If I do replay 1, I would play Twin Snakes, because that game is fucking ridiculous. They just dialed up the weird to 11 for no reason, and I love it. Yeah, when that game first came, I played that. I think that may have been one of my first PlayStation 3 games, was MGS4, and that may have been my first Metal Gear game. Maybe.
Really? Oh, that's crazy. Oh yeah, because you were a strict Nintendo boy.
For the most part, yeah. I was PlayStation 1 and 2, but I never played the Metal Gear Solid games.
Oh yeah, no, that's crazy then.
And I did do the big boss challenge where you have to not kill anyone and never be caught.
Oh, that's too much.
And mate, it was like that, like only tranquilizers, never be caught, and beat the game I think in under 5 hours, which I had to restart because I didn't realize that the cutscenes counted towards your game timer. Thankfully, I was only like a third. Like, I didn't get past the halfway point. But I finally looked at my game time. I'm like, why is it so high? I'm already like at almost 5 out. It's because this game's a fucking movie.
Yes, sir.
They yap a lot.
They are yapperoni pepperonis.
But I did it. I remember too. At one, I was playing it. I had my dad was still working directly out of Baltimore at one point, and he had, had an apartment there. And I actually went to go visit him, spend a week in Baltimore as like a little vacation, father-son thing. But there were points where he had to work, so I had brought my PlayStation with me, and I was playing. I was partially doing that challenge, I think, while I was there. And the loading screens for that game is just Snake smoking. And I remember my dad just being convinced. It's like, this is the smoking industry trying to convince you to smoke. But I'm like, what? He's like, it's just smoking propaganda. I'm like, he quits at the end of the game, Dad.
Yeah, but he smoked. Yeah, when he's no longer cool. But when he was cool Snake, he was smoking the whole time.
I just found that very funny. It was just like him, trying to drop some wisdom. I'm like, I think you might. Sure, Dad.
Not everything is.
So we got that. We had 4 new characters announced for Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Bunch of X-Men characters. We got Storm. We got Wolverine. We got Magic. And we have the Danger Room as an anime robot. Is that a thing in the comic? Not the anime part?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
What's the feet situation? What are we doing with that?
I'm proud.
There was a...
Yeah, looks good.
Yes.
Steve Bloom, Wolverine.
Some people are tired of it, but I enjoy it.
Nah, that's him.
He does a good job. I liked how they showed the voice credit when they showed the character.
Yes.
That was really good.
I love that. Magic was killing it.
The lady that does Storm is so good.
There's only 2 things I ask from my live action Storm. I've said it for decades. Black as the night itself and a deep husky voice, commanding voice.
You didn't like Halle Berry?
You know what happens when no, I don't.
I wonder what's the deal with the Magic push though, because she's also in the Shoot Bang game.
Rivals.
Yeah.
Well, Rivals is kind of getting everybody.
But wasn't she beginning?
Yeah, because you can't really get hype off a Magic reveal.
I guess so.
It might just be, hey, we're preparing to introduce her to whatever, the mainstream population. Same way the Cyborg push was happening.
Yeah. They had some new stuff for Marathon. Looks fine. I know there's just a lot of crap around Bungie at the moment, but
yeah. And Sony itself closing down Bluepoint.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
And then right after that, they put out a poll. What game do you want to see remade? You just closed your remake studio. You dumb bro.
You gotta imagine the social media person. It's like, all right, I have this all queued up for tomorrow. What's that?
Oh yeah, they took the post down.
We are getting a remastered version of Legacy of Kain Defiance, which is a lot of people probably don't even know about the Legacy of Kain franchise because there hasn't been a new game in a long time. I remember I had a friend who loved these games when I was in middle school. And in fact, I'm pretty sure I watched him play this very game a lot when we were younger.
Yeah, the Bluepoint thing is stupid. The purpose of getting the studio, because they tried to conscript them to do the live action God of War. I mean, the not live action, but the live service God of War multiplayer thing, and it didn't work out. And then you close the studio who's known for remakes. You have so many games. Look, the Infamous series is still locked in PS3 jail. Why not have them remake that? Why not have them remake so many of these games that are locked away on your PS3 that you do not want to put onto these digital services, either because you can't transfer them well enough or what have you, you can't stream them well enough? Why not have them remaking those things and get these constant barrages of these AA titles that are remade pretty well that you can sell for $40-$50 that people would buy? But no, that live service chase ruined the entire generation of the PS5 for them. That's why I'm totally fine with them pushing to like 2030 for their next console, because they need to rework things like now to start working towards whatever's next for them. Stop chasing that Fortnite money.
Yeah. This announcement was at the start of the was the first trailer shown, and it set the bar for me personally, because we are getting a new Kana game. Give me more PlayStation Zelda!
Shocking.
Which, I love the first game. It definitely had some rough spots, but it was the studio's first video game ever. They mostly just made CG trailers. But they're very famous for making a Majora's Mask little short movie. They made their own Legend of Zelda game. There's a little bit of stuff here and there for the character, but this seems to be like full-blown, bigger world, better fighting mechanics, more in-depth in terms of story and character. No. Give me more of this. The only thing that I have not seen, and this is just me. So the composer of the last game, who made really cool reimagined orchestral soundtracks to Majora's Mask and Theophany, did the soundtrack for the first game. This music sounds like his, but I have not seen an official confirmation. I want him back. Give me more of his music.
Oh, it's gonna be AI. It's gonna crush you.
Yeah, for the longest time I thought it was Kenna, and then they're like Kana, and then the developers Kana. I'm like, okay, I'm saying it wrong. All right, cool.
No, at a certain point, you just gotta be like, it's been too long. I'm not changing at this point.
But yeah,
especially when you have somebody like in iShield 21, it's spelled the exact same way, but with an S, and his name is Senna. But this is Kana. Like, nah, bruh.
His name is Titus, but I will not say Titus. It's always Titus. Screw it.
There's a couple Pokemon that are like that. Rayquaza. The official pronunciation is Rayquaza.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds gross.
It's supposed to be like a mock of Quasar, but no, Rayquaza. But yeah, that first trailer, I was just like, we're in. So I am stupid excited for that, and I think they said this year. Yeah, it was 2020. There was a very few things that weren't this year that were coming out. We have some kind of kung fu John Wick game with Keanu Reeves just stepping into the role. Which, why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
get him.
Which is weird because there's a game that's actually, I think, called Gun Fu coming out, and it's kind of eating its lunch.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to compete with that. There's a cooperative Ghost of Yotai DLC, or is it DLC?
Oh yeah, now it's Spine. This is Gun Fu.
Oh, Spine is not a good name.
And it looks good. It's on my wish list. I'm waiting on it, but yeah, John Wick is just gonna eat its lunch.
Okay, I think Ghost of Yotai Legends is its own game, but everyone who bought Ghost of Yotai is just getting it as a part of the update.
Yeah.
1.5 update. But it's a co-op version of Ghost of Yotai. We had Death Stranding coming to PC. Dead or Alive is getting some new stuff for Dead or Alive 6, and then there is a new Dead or Alive in production. A Metal Gear Solid tie-in to the funny octopus game Darwin's Paradox. Just again, developers having some fun with it. Crimson Moon, which is like a co-op Souls-ish like hack and slash game, but it has some like Doom-esque chugga chugga music that I was in for.
All right.
So potential co-op game to play on stream or something.
It's funny you say that, meme, because my best friend is a woman, and she loved the Dead or Alive volleyball series.
I thought you were gonna say a gooner.
And it's like, she is not a gooner as far as I know. But she loves those games. So it's not just gooners that are attached to it.
Mm-hmm. They showed off some gameplay of Control Resonant. Looks good. Looks very good. They got the Gravity Rush mechanics going on with it. Which I saw a bunch of that going through the chat as I was watching it. A new side-scrolling Metroidvania Castlevania coming out starring Trevor Belmont looked super good. Aesthetics look good. Gameplay looks good. That might be another series that I try and actually take a stab at, because that is something that I honestly have not played any Castlevania game. Now that I think about it, I have not played any Castlevania game. I know like the main ones. I'd need to play Symphony of the Night. Like that's like usually what people's cream in the crop. But Belmont's Curse looks real good. I think this is a like older series they're kind of bringing back. Brigand Abyss, which looks like a fantasy strategy game, released on the original PlayStation in 1990. Okay. So a new entry into that series. New trailer for Beast
I'm sure 7 people are happy somewhere.
A new trailer for Beasts of Reincarnation, which is the JRPG that's being developed by Game Freak that is not Pokemon.
It looks good.
It looks real good. We had some more gameplay for 4 Loop. Just, another Left 4 Dead-esque 4-player co-op stuff.
Yep.
Had a story trailer for 007 First Light with a little bit of gameplay in there, and that was kind of the thing that a lot of us were waiting for, like at least a little bit of gameplay. Looks pretty good.
Good. Sir, Woke.
Oh.
Yeah, Woke. Have you considered?
Who's woke in this? Or who?
They've softened James Bond so much. Kind of like eradicating masculinity.
We don't like that.
Woke, sir.
Excuse me one second.
Bruh, I can't believe like
I feel better now. Okay.
I just don't the mentality to just not be able to enjoy a game because it might be woke. I couldn't. Like I played a game called Date Everything where you're just walking around a house picking like the banister, and the banister has a spirit of like some gay dude in it, and you just have the opportunity to date him. I was just like, oh my god, I might have to date a dude. I'm like, I like this dude. Get in there. I don't care. I don't give a. Don't affect me one iota or my sexuality.
I've always been like, hey, especially in Persona 5, give me a relationship with Yusuke. That's what I want.
It would have been great.
How many dateable things are in Date Everything?
100. Oh,
you remember Date Everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a super popular. They've got a whole bunch
I know
of voice
of it. I just didn't
actors
remember
and
how
everything.
many things you could date. That might be something I try.
It's fun.
And it was a game by voice actors just to have
Just to
fun
fart
voicing
around
stuff.
and be fun. Yes. You're just sleeping in your bed and she's all sultry and it's great.
I don't know which movie that is, meme. That wouldn't surprise me.
I can't remember if that's what happened, but it does sound familiar. It would be one of the older ones.
That sounds like a Sean Connery era, Roger Moore era Bond movie. And then the last thing that was announced was they are remaking the entire God of War trilogy, the original 3 games, with seemingly the original voice actor, I think it's T.C. Carson, reprising his role as Kratos. That would be a really fucking dick move if they're like, I'm announcing the game, baby. And they're like, yeah, we're still getting Chris Judge. But that's basically just they're being remade, and then they released a like Metroidvania style prequel game, God of War Sons of Sparta. Like that day it came out. From what I've seen, it's meh. But
yeah, it is what it is.
Yep. I saw the original creator of God of War was like lambasting on the game, and I'm just like, dude, you couldn't get out of a really simple room in Metroid. I don't want to hear any of your opinions on whether a game is good or not. It was a PSP game. Which game?
The Sons of Sparta? No, I think that's new.
Ghost of Sparta is what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Sons of Sparta is a new game that just came out last week.
Ghost of Sparta, and I think Chains of Olympus was a PSP game as well.
I know there was a 4th hack and slash game that came out.
Yeah.
That was on PS 3.
And I think it was even multiplayer.
It may have been like co-op.
And I think that was a bad one.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Chains of Olympus was PSP.
I'm curious. For whatever reason, just IGN was really curious about the sex mini games. Are they going to come back? Are they not going to come back?
Woke.
If they're gone, oh god, yeah, that's going to be the main thing.
I can't even sex a woman anymore.
Whoa!
Where are my sexy quick time events? Boy. No, so wait, I can't say that. That's the future games, not the current games. Boy. But in terms of just all the trailers that they showed, there was nothing that I was like, not for me. Or this looks bad. Everything was good to great.
Yep.
And just give me Kana, please. Yeah, there's like after this, I'm just like, well, I thought this year was kind of empty. We got stuff to play at the end of the year now.
Yeah, it's just that beginning and middle that's kind of feeling barren. Like we got Resi coming out.
Yeah, we got RE9. I know I also want to play the Suda game that just came out.
Oh yeah. Romeo. Yeah.
But sounds up. Obviously, next week we got Pokemon Direct. I'm assuming like a couple weeks after that we'll probably get a full Nintendo Direct. We had the Partner Direct, but it was a nothing burger. Just nice meme. But unless you guys have anything else, we should be good to go. What?
Yeah.
Deck building roguelike.
Yeah, hold up.
Which game?
Fairy Tale Dungeons.
Oh. Now, is this fairy tale, or just a fairy tale?
No, fairy tale.
Okay. Ascension.
Yeah.
PS3. Okay.
Hold up now.
That doesn't look too bad.
Hold up now.
That's too bad. What are the reviews looking like?
Yeah, hold up now. We might be
crazy.
Very positive. Hold up now.
The mobile game wallet opens.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. I've never heard of that.
All right.
Okay then. 30 facts about smoking. I wanted to do Olympics, but there was just a lot of. Did you know that Michael Phelps had 8 Olympics? There was something about people needing their. They were accused of doping because by injecting something into their penis so they could get a bigger suit, and they were just like, "That's not happening." They just huge.
I will go with 4. 3, 4, 12, 15. I was thinking of how many times the smoke guy said smoke in Family Guy, and I think it's 4. Eugenics is awesome. Mario Tennis, I'm hearing good things about.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Yakuza game that just came out, of course.
Oh, actually, yeah, before you, as you're deciding that fact, I did beat Kiwami 3.
And
gameplay itself is fine. And this is also coming from the lens of someone who did not play the original 3. From what I understand, the storyline and what have you is the same. They recasted a few people, the one being very controversial. And the ending,
they took out a lot of side missions.
Yeah, a lot of sub stories got removed, including one that was
50 or something.
More than that. There was 100 and something before. There's 31 now. Including one that apparently was trans positive, which kind of sucks. But I don't say kind of sucks. It does suck. But there is a major change in the ending, which basically, if you were to, like me, be playing through the Yakuza series and mostly playing the remakes up until now, where I'm out of remakes, look up the original ending to Yakuza 3. Because stuff in Yakuza 4, I know, won't make sense if I had just played 3 Kiwami and then went to 4. They changed quite a few things, and I know a lot of people are not happy about it. From what I've seen online. But now I understand why I said I would die for those kids. Yes, all the kids are awesome. I love all the stuff with the kids. There's I texted DA this. Kiryu has a problem of he beats a dude who had a gun and then turns his back to that dude, and nothing ever goes right.
I've defeated you honorably, and therefore there's no other thing that could happen here.
And just, everything.
He's a good man.
I do love Kiryu. I love Kiryu. I love Majima. Which is why I wanted to play through these games and actually get to know these characters until before I get to Infinite Wealth and what have you. But I'll be moving on to Yakuza 4 in a little bit. But overall, it was a good game. I can definitely see why people are pissed off about certain things though. But I do not have the context of having played the original 3 to fully relate.
The amount of side stories, it's this is the definitive way to play it, but at the same time we're not giving you as much as what was in the original, and we're taking it off all stores, so you can't even buy the original anymore.
You can get it on GOG still. That's the one
I know what that is. I know some of these words.
I actually forget what it stands for. Is it just called GOG and that's it? I thought it had a name. Good Old Game.
It's from the
Good Old Games, it's called. It's a different storefront, but they do a lot of game preservation stuff.
And there's also obvious ways to get it anyway.
Yes.
15.
15. Cyrocco.
In Siberia, Russia, 1998, school. Don't shake your head, PG.
There's
In
nothing
Soviet
good.
Russia, cigarettes smoke you.
School teachers were all paid in vodka and cigarettes instead of money due to hyperinflation and empty government coffers.
Is this our future? This is the most stereotype.
It's crazy.
We're gonna pay you in vodka and ciggies.
In Russia, this is the place. Like, look, we broke, so
we know what you would spend it on anyway.
We're just cutting out the middle.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. All right.
Yeah. That's what happens when the whole union goes under. Okay. So with that, we will call the stream a close. Tuesday, I will probably be doing the last little streamy of the randomizer that I got going on. And then, is it Thursday or Friday?
Resident
Evil.
It comes out Friday, but it might unlock on
Thursday at midnight.
Midnight or something, yeah.
Okay, so Friday, we will be starting Requiem on the stream.
What's your idea for the cameras? What are you doing?
I'll probably do it as intended, first person for Grace, and then third person is Leon.
Third. Okay.
I might play around with both, but I'll probably end up gravitating to the intended gameplay experiences. I do like how, like, obviously when you're in first person, it gives you more of a feeling of visceral, in-your-face fear.
Yeah.
But I do like how it's like if you go third person with Grace, she'll just... It's like, yeah, it's less scary at a cost. Oh, man, there's a little stick on the ground. You trip. Like... Wouldn't trip if you were in first person, but in third person, fuck you.
Yeah, maybe you switch on over, cuck.
Yeah. But at the very least, I feel like having played 7 and 8, I now know that experience. So
yeah,
just the what's the whatever the monster that like is in the beginning, I know that's gonna just like cause me to shipwrecks at some point, but.
Yeah, but if you can survive Dollhouse, you should be good.
Yeah. Oh, Dollhouse. Ugh.
It was so good.
both times. As what's her name? Oh, actually, that was the one thing for the RE9 trailer. So the Leon's had like someone talking in his ear the whole time, and I recognized the voice actress, and it's like it wasn't like the new Hunnigan. So I'm like, okay, I don't think it's Hunnigan. But I'm like, but she sounds familiar. Why do I think she sounds familiar? And over the last couple of weeks, one of the streamers that I like, Ray Narvaez Jr., has been playing RE6 co-op with one of the other people. And he got to the Sherry and Jake campaign. And I heard her voice. So I was like, oh! And then in this last trailer, they show a top-down camera shot of a woman with the same haircut, which why hasn't she changed her haircut in like 15 years? But the same haircut, blonde hair. I'm like, it's Sherry. Okay.
Yeah, it's like all the people from Resident Evil 2 are coming back.
I mean, what's how they have the premise
Where is she?
Without they have the premise going on, she might be dead.
Legit.
But those are the streams that we'll be doing for the next week, and of course, revisited, what have you, and more than likely podcasts of stuff.
Yep.
Until then, thank you everybody for tuning in to the podcast of stuff. We will more than likely see you next week.
Yeah, go home.